Hi everybody, Christine here. So I've been wanting to do this for a little bit. I wanted to bring you a video based on manifesting. And we talk about manifesting all the time. I do, other teachers do, people do, everybody knows about manifesting. But what I wanted to tell you was, it's not just the point of wanting something or needing something, but it's the results that come afterwards. And it's the trust and the faith in knowing that what you're asking for is coming to you. So I would like to share a little bit about some of my manifesting stories. And then I'll talk a little bit about, how to manifest, and we'll go on from there. So first and foremost, I remember, going way back. I'm talking my teens, my 20s. Anytime I felt like, and this is before The Secret, before Law of Attraction, before manifesting, before all these classes to do this, it was kind of like, if I wanted something, I felt it deep down in my heart. This is what I want and I'm getting it. And I would trust and believe, and I was manifesting without even knowing that that is what I was doing. And it was amazing to me. And I started to recognize that every time I felt very high-spirited about something, that's when I would receive what I was looking to get. And this happened many, 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 many times. And sometimes I would manifest without even realizing I was doing it. I mean, I remember being pregnant for my son and saying, oh yeah, we keep talking about we want 2 kids, but you know what? I wouldn't mind having 3. Why I said that, I don't know, but it came out of my mouth, and sure enough, after my son was born, I had gotten pregnant again, and I had twins. So, there's my 3. I've also manifested, I never want that, I never want that, I never want that. Well, of course, rule number 1 is never say never. Never say don't. Never say no. The universe doesn't hear negative words like that. So anytime I said, I never want that to happen, it happened. So good, bad, or otherwise, we can manifest whatever we're putting out there. So as we move forward, right up until, and I'm not going to give you every story I've ever come up with, but when I was going through my divorce, I remember saying, okay, universe, this is what I would like to get out of this. I want it to be fast, I want it to be easy, and I want it to be fair. I only want this and this because it's essential to my children and to my work. That's all I'm asking for. And that's exactly how it came about to the end. I got what I asked for. It was easy. It took time, but I was patient because I knew timing was everything. And it was fair. When my sister and I opened up Sisters of Solace back in 2006, we did that because, if you've heard our backstory, people say all the time, how did you guys get started? And I say, well, because my psychic told me to. And honest to God, that's a true story for another video. So I was so intrigued with what she told me and learning about Reiki and feeling it deep down in my soul that I was like, we're gonna do this. I have to do this. I can feel it. It's in my heart. It's in my veins. It's everywhere. I need to do this. And I remember just, being very, very important in my words. It's like, please let this happen. Let me find the right place to get us started. And my sister would look and I would look and we never found the right place. Of course, when you're manifesting things, you got to follow the signs and the messages. And I could be stubborn at times. And I remember them saying, the first place when we rented, hearing every time I drove by there, in there. And I'm like, no, there's nothing there. And I would drive by another day, turn in here. No, there's nothing there. Never say never. So one day, stubborn as I was, got to turn here, and I'm like, no, I'm not turning in there. And I swear to you, somebody took my steering wheel and made it turn right. And I stopped. Went inside, and sure enough, there was a space. And when I walked in that space, it was perfect. So there it was again. I wanted it, I felt it, I trusted it, it happened. Moving forward, 6 years into business, suddenly it was, you know what? all I keep hearing is, we need to move, we need to move, we need to move. So I'm like, okay, spirit, universe, find me a place. We need a place. Help us to find the perfect place to continue Sisters of Solace in a bigger and better way. So we put our intentions out there. We need a place that's got 3 rooms. So one for me, one for my sister, and one for Karen, who is working with us. And I said, I want 2 classrooms instead of 1. I want to be facing the street. I want to have a big parking lot. I want plenty of room for the store stuff. We wanted the reception area, the waiting area, all of that. And we didn't want to pay any more rent than we were already paying. And we didn't want to do any work. Simple, right? Sounds like I'm asking for a lot, right? We went and looked at a house here in Westport, and it was a house that had like a barn, and it had a horse corral, and the property was gorgeous, but it was a 1 lane in and 1 lane out. And I'm like, okay, this thing's like 1/8 of a mile long. First of all, it's way too narrow. There's no way if somebody was leaving, somebody could come in. Somebody'd have to back up a long way to get out of the way. I'm like, okay, that's an issue. Why am I looking at this place? And then I got there with my sister, and we were looking around, and the realtor was there, and it was like, what's up with the roof on the house? It seems to be sagging. Oh, no, it's a new roof. I'm like, no, it's not. New shingles, maybe, not a new roof. Strike 2. Something's wrong. Why am I here? Went into the house, and my sister and I walking around thinking the house would be the perfect setup for the treatment rooms, massage, Reiki, and anything else we had going on. But the ceilings are so short. Like, my husband at the time went with us, and he's 6'5", and he was brushing the ceiling with his head. I'm like, this is not right. We go outside, and there's a huge horse barn. I'm like, that would be a beautiful yoga center, event center, or something to that effect. The only problem is it had big metal posts that would like this big around because it was a horse stable. I'm like, well, that's not going to work. The only thing I did love is there was a little horse corral outside, and it had a wooden walkway all the way around, and the middle was a perfect circle. And that would have made a beautiful labyrinth. But anywho, none of this was working. Still don't know why we're here. What's going on? So as the real estate agent is talking, she's flapping her hands, she's got papers, and all of a sudden I saw something, and I said, excuse me. I said, what is that you're holding in your hand? And she goes, oh, it's this place. Well, it was this place. I says, we want to go see that. She made an appointment with the previous owner. We came down. My sister drove in. I drove in behind her. And right between our 2 cars, a hawk swooped down. And I was like, did you see that? My sister was like, yeah, I saw that. Now, you guys all know I'm an angel person, right? Love working with my angels, do angel readings. We park the cars. I get out of the car, and there's a balcony in front of the building, and what's hanging from it? An angel flag. Really? Sign number 2. We come in, there is 1, 2, 3 treatment rooms, a big open space to the east side of the building, another room on the west side of the building, plenty of room for the store stuff, reception area, waiting area. Really? Really? Facing the street, big parking lot, privacy. 2 apartments upstairs that I rent out. And between the 2 rents upstairs and the rent down here, it pays the mortgage. It paid my house mortgage. We still pay the same amount every month that we've been paying since 2006. When we went outside after looking at the whole property, we're standing out in the parking lot with the real estate agent, and it was the middle of December, like Christmas, December, okay? Mild day temperature-wise, but still, it was December. As we're talking, a big blue dragonfly this big, and I mean, it was huge, flew right in between me and my sister. And I was like, okay. So I'm the stubborn one with the angels. I looked at my sister. I'm like, you saw that, right? She was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, fine. Angels, if that was my 3rd sign, that this is the place. Make that dragonfly fly by 2 more times, so it flies by a total of 3 times, and I know I'm in the right space. Well, that thing came back around and back again, and I went, get me the paperwork, I want to sign. And I purchased the building. So once I purchased the building, my sister and I were able to put our business on the first floor, and I rented out the second floor. Everything I asked for. 3 rooms, 2 classrooms, facing the street, big parking lot, not paying any more money. And I did lie a little bit. I said I didn't want to do any work. We did. We painted the walls. And we had our nephew put a floor down because the one that was here was kind of ugly. It was old. But really, that's not work. There was no construction work done, nothing. As time went along, then we put it out there like, oh, we'd really love to close in this section and make it a closed-in room instead of a wide open space. And we did that. And we ended up building a separate room for Dora for her massage that's much bigger than what she had. And Karen got extra room in her space as well, so she had a mini office that connected to her space. So it worked out well. It was amazing. It really was. So as time has gone along, I mean, we want to do this, we want to do that. We put it out there, we trust and believe, and when it feels right, we jump on it. So yes, I've had some amazing stories with manifesting. So when I say you can manifest anything, I mean anything. I did a building. We did a business. The whole thing, it's there. So, I tell people, if you want to learn to work with law of attraction, work with the angels, the divine, however you want to look at it, I tell people, first lesson, next time you go to the store, say, okay, angels, universe, I want a parking spot right in front of the door so I don't have to walk too far. Show me you can get me a parking spot. Every single time I've asked somebody to do that, just to show them, they've called me instantly and go, you'll never guess where I'm parked. I'm like, let me guess, right in front of the door? They're like, yeah. So practice working with the angels. And by all means, this is not out of ego, because if you're going to do it out of ego, the angels aren't stupid. The divine isn't stupid. They're going to go, yeah, no, we're not doing that for you, because you're not doing it for the right reasons. If you're practicing working with the angels, they understand that. If you really need something because it's detrimental to your life, your health, your work, your whatever, right? They will help you with that. If you're going to go, well, I want money just because I want money, that's not really a good reason. Anytime I have said I could really use some extra finance to do this, do that, purchase this, pay for that, whatever it is, I've had a good reason, and I've done it out of love and gratitude, and therefore it happens. So, for example, my sister and I went to New York City years ago. We went to the Javits Center, and Hay House was having a huge conference where we could listen to all the great authors speak. Louise Hay was there, Cheryl Richardson was there, Marianne Williamson was there, Wayne Dyer was there, Doreen Virtue. I mean, the list goes on and on. Greg Braden, Robert Holden. I mean, it was amazing, amazing. Went up on Friday, left on Sunday. Now, mind you, 2 nights at a hotel, the conference itself. We had to park the car for the weekend, had to eat, and Times Square is literally 2 blocks down. So you know what? You're going to go walk Times Square. You're going to buy a little knick-knack or 2, whatever it is. I spent $700. And that was just my part. I said, you know what? The universe guided me here. I was meant to be here because everything I heard this weekend resonated with me so much. It has helped me to get back on the horse and helped me to move forward. So I trust and believe I was here for a reason. I'm not worried about the money. The money will come back to me. Got home on the Sunday evening. On Thursday afternoon, I picked up my mail, and in the mail was a check for $900. Because when I brought my daughter in to have her teeth done, they said that the insurance wasn't covering it. I paid $900 to have her teeth done. They sent it back and said, oh, turns out they covered it anyway. Thank you very much, universe. So, there's always manifesting power out there. Always. We don't have to know how it's going to happen. Just know that it is going to happen. So, fast forward a little bit from manifesting a building and the Javits Center and, teeth getting paid for and so on and so forth. My divorce and all that. Like I said, trust and believe, trust and believe. Now we move forward to my kids are leaving high school. 2019, my son graduates. He's going into college. Girls are now seniors in high school. Then they're going to be going to college the following year. Now I have taught my kids all about positivity, looking for signs, looking for messages, trusting their gut, manifesting what it is they want. Well, as my kids went into high school, because I'm going to back up now, my son was a sophomore in high school. My daughters went in as freshmen the year after him. And turns out it didn't turn out very well. Where we live, they did not like the school system. And the school didn't have much to offer them as far as electives go. Like the list was this big. And their friends, and it happens, I know, because I mean, we've all been to high school. When you have that transition from middle school to high school, some kids get like way up on their high horse and like, I'm in high school now, and they develop an attitude. But that's all part of growing up. It really is, because again, hormones and testosterone and, you know, all these things that happen with kids, it's, you know, they're in their egos. They don't know any better. They're learning. So that's a whole separate story. So anyhow, my girls aren't getting along with some of their old friends. Don't like the classes. There's nothing here offered that's worth anything for them. They're like, I want out. I'm like, I can't do anything for you. I said, where we are, it's either you go here, because it's our public school, or you go to the Catholic school, which didn't want any part of that, or you go to a technical school, which they didn't want any part of that either. I'm like, then I don't know what to tell you. I says, I've taught you how to manifest, put it out there. She goes, well, how's that going to happen? I said, remember, how is not your job. You tell the universe what you want, and the universe will work to give you what you've asked for. So both of them, I told them, just ask the universe. Of course, they had their moments of like, yeah, right, whatever. But they're like, no, they put it out there. Please help us to find a new high school, because I can't stand this one. I want to go somewhere where I get more of an education of what I'm looking for. A month later, 30 days later, one of their teachers goes up to them and says, hey, look, listen, it hasn't been made public yet, but I'm letting you girls know because I know you're not happy here. But the town over is accepting children from outside the district. You should apply. I have never heard of public schools doing that. Never. So what happened? We hopped online, printed up some applications. They both filled them out. We mailed them out the next morning. They both got in. So their sophomore, junior, and senior years were spent at another school that they absolutely loved. They enjoyed. They took so many electives. And mind you, the electives of that school was like 3 pages long, okay? There was a lot to choose from. And when you're going into theater, into movie arts and media arts, and then teaching is the other one, and special ed, and they had all of that in high school. And that's what they needed. So they manifested a new school, something we thought was impossible, because if you live in this town, you go here, or you go technical, you go Catholic. There is no other option. Well, the universe helped them to get another option. So now we fast forward just a tiny bit. My son goes to college his freshman year. The girls are doing their senior year of high school. They're finishing up. They're applying for colleges. One of my girls is like, this is the school I'm going to. This is the one I want, and I'm getting in. Well, guess who got in? She also said that, oh, and by the way, Mom, I told the universe that I don't want to pay for my college. I want to pay $0. I'm like, all right, good for you. Well, now, any of you parents know when your kids go to college, you do your financial aid. Well, between financial aid, scholarships, what her dad had to pay, that little bit I had to pay, guess what she's got? Goose egg. She has no college bill. And mind you, the school she wanted, she got in, and she went there for 1 year. But she wanted to advance more so in the special ed department, so she had to switch. And she went through with flying colors, finished college, was the commencement speaker at her graduation. Proud mama. And I'm like, wow. Wow. I mean, if there was a way of getting a refund, she got the refund. It's like, you did great, here's a refund. You did great, here's a scholarship. You did great, here's this. Here, let's give you some more money. I'm like, so this girl, no college bill. The other one wanted all the Hollywood stuff. That's who they are. And by all means, do it. They went to Emerson in Boston. Now, if anybody's into media arts and theater and all that, that's where you go. 4 years. Granted, it's an expensive school. Mega amount of money from financial aid, scholarships, refunds. Granted, they owe money, but not what it would have been. And they just put it out there. This is where I need to be, and if this is my choice, and that school is small. They only have, I think, a total of maybe 3,900 young adults in that school, and she got in. So they put it out there, they got in. So these are examples of how manifesting works. You have to trust, you have to believe. And even if you can't believe it in the moment, just toss it aside, say, that's just my ego talking. I trust and believe everything will be fine. Follow your signs, follow your guidance. So recently, some of you know, I sold my home. And kids are grown. One moved to Texas, one moved to Boston. So it's just me and my son and our pets. And I'm like, I'm done with this big house. Don't need it. I have other property. I'm just going to go there. And I says, I want my house to sell quick, easy, and I want this much or more. Well, I talked to the real estate agent. We got everything going. She showed me the price. I'm like, well, that's about what I asked for. Okay. It went live online the day one of my girls graduated. 2 or 3 people called asking if they could come see it before the open house, which was the following weekend. The open house happened. 2 couples came back the second day, first and second day, both couples. On Monday morning, I had 2 offers, and one was more than I asked for. It was done. 1 week, it was done. It was quick, it was fast, it was easy. And even the things that I had to take care of as the homeowner so the new people could have it, all that happened really easy. I mean, I have solar panels, those had to come down, we had to change the roof, we had to do some things for them, whatever, but it all fell into place because I asked. Let it be quick, let it be easy, let it be smooth. And it was. Quick, fast, in a hurry. So your typical put it on the market, sell it a week later, 45 days, closing, done. That easy. I bought my car in 2020. Now it is certified used. I didn't want all the extra expenses of a brand new car, what for? Because when you drive it off the lot, you're gonna lose it all anyway. So I'm going certified used. So my other car was 11 years old. And I was like, it needs to go. It's got rust, it's got this wrong with it, that wrong with it. There was a lot of things happening. And I'm like, I've always wanted a Toyota. So I put it out there. I said, okay, this is what I want, universe. I want a Toyota, and I want a RAV4. I really like the RAV4s. And I wanted to have all the toys, and I want a moonroof. I loved having a moonroof in the car. And I want to spend this much or less, and I want it to be easy. So I would and I always tell people, when you're manifesting, always kind of, do your homework. Doesn't mean you have to do it this minute. I wanted a car. So my homework was, go online, look at cars, move the energy in that direction. You know what I mean? Don't just sit around waiting for the universe to drop something on your head and go, hey, go look for a car. But, go look at cars, go to the dealership, go online and look at them, whatever it was. Of course, this was still mid-COVID, so you couldn't really go look at them in person until you had an appointment. But I remember going online and I'd look at cars. I'm like, yeah, And things would pop up on the screen. Would you like an appointment? Would you like a coupon? Would you like, nope. And I would get right off the site and go do something else. And then one day out of nowhere, I'm looking and I see this car and I'm like, I really like that. And all of a sudden this thing pops up and says, would you like a $400 coupon? I'm like, yep. Next thing you know, my phone rings. Would you like an appointment? I'm like, yep. 2 days later, I had the appointment. I went down there. The car I was looking at, they couldn't find it. They said they must have sold it and somebody didn't take it off the site. I'm like, okay. But I have something very similar. All right. So he goes to get the car. I go outside. He pulls up with the car and I go, oh my God, that's my car. My mom always comes around as either a butterfly or a dragonfly. And dragonflies for me are big spiritual messages. And of course the dragonflies flew around when we were looking at the building. So, dragonflies are huge for me. On the back of the car is a big dragonfly sticker. And I'm like, wow. Not just this little dinky thing, I mean a big one. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my car. So he says, take it for a ride. I'm like, okay. Hop in, I go take it for a ride. I'm like, wow, this is nice. It was smooth, it was quiet, it was comfortable, had all these different toys in it, has a moonroof. It was gray, just like the one I saw online. And I'm like, I really like this. They had put 4 brand new tires on it. They put full brakes all the way around. They detailed it. And the only thing I had to ask for was for them to change the windshield because I noticed it had a crack. He said, not a problem. He says, we'll take care of that right away. So do you like the car? I'm like, yeah. Would you like to finance? I said, yeah. Filled out the paperwork. We talked about the price. This is what my payments would be. Sign here, sign there. See you on Thursday. I was in and out in under 2 hours. Now, for anybody who's bought a car from a dealership, you know that's not always easy. I have been in dealerships when I was married to my ex, and we would be there for 6 hours because he would keep it, and it's like, oh my God, it's got to be easier than this. So that's why first time buying a car on my own, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let the universe help me. And I did. And they reciprocated. And I love that car. I really do. So yes, you want something, make it happen. So one thing I wanted to finish with my house, I know I feel like I'm all over the place, but I just remembered the people that bought my house, the beautiful young couple, great energy, good people. They asked to meet at the house before the sale went through because they had somebody coming in that was going to do an estimate for painting the inside of the house because they wanted it painted their way. By all means, you can come by. I don't mind. So we're talking. They came in, the painter, whatever was there. And the husband says to me, he says, you ever hear about that law of attraction stuff and The Secret? I'm like, yeah, like, that's what I do for work, basically. I says, why is that? He goes, well, the weirdest thing, he says, my wife and I have been looking for a house for 4 years. Haven't found anything we liked. If we did, it was out of our price range. It never sat right with us. 4 years. Just last week, 1 week before your open house, he says, my wife says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a vision board. And she put everything that she wanted in a house on her board. Now my house goes up for sale. They see it and go, we have to go see this house. They came to the open house. They walked in. And when I say okay, every single thing that she put on her vision board was in my house. Manifesting works. So I don't care what you think, manifesting works. Now, manifesting works on both sides, the positive and the negative. So if you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is stub your toe and you go, this is going to be a shit day, then guess what kind of day you're going to have? Because you've already set that intention. something goes wrong, instead of just going, okay, how can we deal with this in a positive way? Okay, what else can go wrong? Oh, the universe wants to know what else you want. Okay, here's something else for you. Right? Now, you could get up in the morning and stub your toe and go, that's unfortunate. I should have paid more attention. Okay, let me get ready for my day. And your day flows. Law of attraction is a real thing, no different than the law of gravity. Whatever you put out is what you get back. So if you put out good, you get good. You put out bad, you get bad. Okay? Remember that. So if you want to manifest, I always suggest that manifesting comes from within. First and foremost, what do you need? You, okay? Because we never think of us. It's like, what do you want? Oh, I want a better job. I want, this, that, and the other, vacation. Yeah, that's great. That's great. What do you need? Health, happiness, joy, love, laughter, companionship, compassion, support, trust, right? Think of those things. Those are the things that you need in your life, right? Then what else do you need? Now expand outwards. What's the first rung for you? Spouse, companion, children? I want my relationships to be healthy, happy, loving, caring, kind, compassionate, romantic, spontaneous. Think of all those things. Not just, I want to go on vacation with somebody. You can do that with anybody. Think of the emotions, okay? Your children, what kind of relationships do you want with your kids? Don't focus on what's going on at the moment, because maybe things are not good at the moment. What do you want with your kids? I want a loving, caring, kind relationship with my children. I want to be able to have conversations with them about life, about love, about anything, right? I personally, again, I manifested this. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, but I did, and it's okay. I had always said that when I had kids, now mind you, when my generation was, not super lovey-dovey and all that stuff, and I swore that once I found out I was pregnant with my son, I said, I am going to tell this child I love you every single day, so they do know I love them. I don't want it to be assumed like it was when I was a kid. I mean, I know my parents love me, I do, but it's always so much more meaningful when you hear it. And for me, the first time my dad ever said I love you to me was the time I got married. He walked me into the church, lifted my veil, looked at me and said, I love you. And that, I swear to you, made me cry more than the wedding itself. It was amazing. The emotions that transpired between the two of us. It was crazy. So anywho, back up. So I had my kids. I always said I would say I love you, this, that, and the other. And I always said, I want my children to have an open relationship with me where they can tell me anything. Because as a kid, I can remember doing stupid things or wondering about certain things and going, oh my God, I wish I could ask, but I'm afraid to because I don't want to make them mad. Which, in all reality, that may not have been the case, but I'll never know because I never said anything. So this is what I ask for with my kids. So do I have an open relationship where my kids can tell me anything? Yeah. And I manifested that. But that's okay. I have a trust and faith and whatnot with my kids that, they know they can come to me if they need anything. Doesn't matter what level it's on, okay? And I am grateful for that. So whatever you're putting out, that's what you want to get back. So when you're manifesting, emotions, what do you need? What do you need mentally? I need to be stress-free. I need to be worry-free. And never say, I don't want to worry or I don't want to be stressed. Worry-free, stress-free, right? Free of stress. work your way out, like I said, on the different rungs of life. Your companion, your husband, your wife, your significant other, your kids, family, friends, right? Then what else you have? You have your job, right? Your career, whatever that is. If you don't work, then what else do you have? Maybe you want a job. Maybe you want to change jobs. Okay, so what do you want? Some people go, I don't know. I have people that come in and they're like, I'm sick of doing what I'm doing, but I don't know what else to do. Okay, so here's what you do. Universe, angels, whoever you're talking to, I need a new job. I would love to have a job that's 40 hours, has benefits, working with positive, like-minded people, with good peers, good management, within 10, 20 miles from my home. Maybe you want to work remote. That's a thing today, right? I want to make X amount of dollars or more. Help me to find the perfect job. So you've just asked for what you need without knowing where. And that's okay. Because that's when an opportunity cannot come up where somebody says, oh, hey, did you hear so-and-so's hiring? Or you happen to go online and go, oh my God, look at that. That would be perfect. I would love to do that. Same thing if you're in a job. Maybe you like your job, but maybe I could use a raise. It's been a while. Put it out there. Some way, somehow, a raise can come up. Maybe not the employer saying, okay, here's 3%, 5%, 10%, whatever it is. It could be, oh, look, the price of this went down, so now you have more in your pay. Or, hey, look, we're going to offer everybody an extra hour every day. So instead of working 6 hours, we want everybody to work 7 hours. So now if you work 5 days a week, you've just picked up 5 more hours of work. There's a raise. Okay? So it's not always, don't be so literal on your thinking. It can come in many different ways. Just like when I said I went to the Hay House convention, spent $700, and just knew somehow, some way it was going to come back to me. I didn't say bring it back to me this way or that way. I just allowed it to come back. And it did. So, think of all those different things. So your significant other, your children, family, friends, your job, whatever it may be, all these, maybe there's these other things that you do want, a car, maybe a home. Maybe you want to go into an apartment or change apartments. Again, tell the universe what you need. You're not going to know exactly which house or which apartment it is, but you know what? I really need your help in getting an apartment that has this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms, first floor, second floor, third floor, city, country, off-street parking, right? AC, and I'm going to spend this much or less. Right? When you spend, it's always this much or less. When you're trying to achieve this much or more, because the universe knows what's best for you. So you may go, oh, hey, I'll take 500. And they're like, yeah, no, we got you. Here's 7. Okay? Never fight with the universe. So, just put everything out there. Put out all the details that you do know without actually knowing what it is. So like the job description, hours, benefits, all of that. And let them help you find this new type of work. Moving situation, same thing. Bedrooms, bathrooms, parking, appliances, laundry, whatever, all the details without exactly knowing where it is. Okay. Vacation, same thing. You need to go away for a weekend. I would love to get away for the weekend. I haven't been away forever. Oh my God, universe, please help me to achieve $600 extra so that I can go away for the weekend. Or help me to get the time off, or whatever it is you need help with. These are some of the things that you can do. So do it. Do it. Okay? When do you manifest? Any damn time you want. I know we have full moons for letting go, new moons for manifesting. It's just a heavier energy, more energized energy. I don't know if you can call it that. But you can manifest anytime. How do you manifest? Just ask. Just put it out there. Okay? Or if you're visual like myself, sometimes I like to write it down. I want to see it in front of me. I am now willing and ready to receive, and you start putting down what you want. You can do a vision board, just like the person who bought my house. Do a vision board. cut out pictures from magazines or from online. Use markers, crayons, I don't care, whatever you want. Have fun with it. Make it an afternoon project on a rainy day. You know, picture of a house that you'd like, or a car, or vacation, or money, or happiness, or joy, or laughter, or, you know, the big one, a relationship. A lot of people want romantic relationships. They're single and they really want to be with somebody who is loving and caring and kind and all that. So make sure that's what you ask for. You know, because I've had people go, well, I asked to meet somebody new. Well, you did. Did you get specific on what type of person? No, just somebody new. Well, there you go. Ask. I want somebody who's loving and caring and kind and compassionate and trustworthy and responsible, financially independent, somebody who likes to hold hands, go for walks on the beach, somebody who makes me smile, somebody who can make me laugh, somebody who's good at conversating, you know, somebody who likes to be spontaneous and just go away for the day, somebody who likes to travel, somebody who likes to go to the beach, somebody who likes to ski, somebody, whatever you want. Put it all out there. Put it all out there and don't settle. Please don't settle. I've seen so many people do that. Well, yeah, most of it's not all of it, because the pieces you didn't get, the ones you got in replace, may be really bad. You don't want that. Don't settle. You're not meant to be a connection for everybody in this world. So if you're not a connection for somebody, it's okay. It's okay to hold off and wait until you find the right connection. So, vision boards, ask, write it down, whatever you got to do. If you do the writing down, then what you can do, a lot of people like to do, I like to do it, is once I'm done writing it all down, I take it outside and I burn it. And to me, it's like burning it and having the smoke rise up into the heavens and going, here you go, God, you take care of it. This is my list. All right? Rumor has it, the faster it burns, the faster it comes to you. Okay? Second, patience. And I know, and it's funny because this morning's video was about patience for social media. Patience is part of the process. Okay? Some things, boom, 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 they can come right away. Other things, it takes time, but it's also timing. So yes, you're going to get this, but right now is not the time, so hold off. And you'll know, because it's like every time you try to go after it, it's almost like somebody's holding you back. Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. So pay attention. Follow your gut instincts, okay? Follow your intuition, okay? Trying to think, like, what else is there besides patience? Oh, patience. Well, let me get back to that patience. So this is an example for you. I tell a lot of people this. I says, you know, think of asking the universe for whatever it is you want. Then trust and believe. And that's my mantra, as a lot of you know. I trust and believe that everything I'm asking for is coming to me at the right time. And it's coming to me easily and positively. Now, picture asking the universe for something like going out to eat. Now, if your server comes over and says, can I help you? And you say, oh, I'll have the steak, right? Okay, fine. He gets all the details, takes everybody else's order. They walk away. Now, do you become impatient instantly and start running around the restaurant looking for your server to see if they put your order in? Do you follow them around going, did you give it to the cook? Is the cook putting it on the grill? Is it getting done now? What's happening? No, we don't do that. We sit at the table, we give our order, and we trust and believe that the server is turning in the order, the cook is cooking the order, and the server will return it to our table, right? We have patience. We wait. The universe is the same way. Universe, I could really use this. I don't go every day going, universe, did you hear me? Hello, is anybody out there? I don't ask for it every day. I ask for it and I let it go. Then I trust and believe that the universe is working on it, and when the time is right, it's going to fall into my lap. They're going to push me to see something, have a sign, a message, whatever it may be, that'll lead me to what I'm asking for. So have some patience. I always say if things don't come right away, there's a reason. Just go with it. Okay? So that is my manifesting talk. As I showed you in the beginning of the video, there were so many examples of things that just fell into place because we manifest. And if you're getting doubtful or feeling a little negative, say this is just a feeling. It's only a moment. This will pass. I trust and believe everything is coming to me as it should, how it should, when it should. Remember, the universe knows what you need. We always ask for what we want. So a lot of times, I finish off my manifesting with, I ask for this for my highest and best, the highest and best of everyone involved, better than I could ever imagine. Because I'm like, universe, I want this. And then I do better than I could ever imagine. The universe knows more of what I need than what I want. And I get this. So, trust, believe, give it to the universe, give it to God, give it to the angels, let it go, and just allow it to unfold. Life is so much easier to live when we do this. So I hope you've enjoyed this talk. I hope you understand manifesting a little bit better. And I hope by hearing all my stories of how things get manifested for me, my family, and people that I know, it gives you a little more light into, I can do this. And yes, you can. You can definitely do it. So happy manifesting. We'll talk soon.